Well, hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today, this is it. This is month 9 of the 9-month guitar challenge. If you've been following along with this series, you will know that way back, I guess it was 9 months ago in May, I started this series with the objective of trying to force myself to really practice guitar every single day for 9 months. I had some goals in mind, some things I wanted to accomplish. I was tired of just being in this kind of intermediate plateau where I didn't feel like I was advancing at all, and I had never really buckled down and actually practiced the guitar, practiced techniques, practiced mechanics. I had learned some open chords, learned some bar chords, learned a few songs, but never really progressed. And this was my attempt at sort of holding myself accountable, checking in with you every single month, showing you what I've been working on, what I had accomplished. And at the end of the 9 months, we were going to determine whether or not I had made some progress and if I deserved a little bit of a reward. So we've been checking in for 9 months. So last month we checked in, and it was kind of a cheat because basically I was just showing you this Les Paul special that I had gotten. I had traded in my Fender American Professional Telly for this Les Paul special, and I was excited about it and wanted to show it to you. Just to let you know, I'm still really enjoying this guitar. I think it sounds great, plays great. I'm really loving the P90 pickups on this thing. They are really high output, and it makes you just want to play stuff like this, like... It just makes you want to play songs like that. It's very, very fun. I've really been enjoying it, and I don't know if it's helped my guitar playing at all. It's a different kind of neck. It's a sort of different feel with the fingerboard and everything. I wouldn't say that I prefer it over the Telecaster, but it's definitely different. So, really enjoying the Les Paul special. But if we think back to the very first episode where I was showing you my baseline, what I did know on guitar and then what I was hoping to learn, I talked about how I didn't really know scales, I didn't really know how to play lead lines, didn't know how to play riffs. I wanted to try to improve just my mechanical ability of doing alternate picking and string skipping and all that kind of stuff. And the first song that I was talking about working on was Out on the Tiles by Led Zeppelin. So this is how it sounded 9 months ago. So there's definitely been some improvement there. I was also working on some other songs throughout these months, working on Black Dog. You've heard me play that 1,000 times, and I've definitely improved on that as well. I was trying to learn scales. I've certainly got a few under my fingers now. I know several patterns of the minor pentatonic and the minor or the major pentatonic scale, the major scale. I was learning all this stuff, but I didn't really know exactly what to do with it yet. Starting to learn a little bit about what key a song is in and what notes are in the keys that you're playing the song in and what chords make up that key. So if you're saying, oh, I'm playing a song that's in G major, what chords are actually in that key? So I've started to learn that, and again, wasn't really putting it all together, but kind of the big breakthrough that I've had between the last check-in and this one is that idea of what chords are in a key, what does it mean when you're playing a song in a key? I always just thought, oh, it's the first chord you start on. That's kind of my understanding, or was my understanding of what key a song was in. But I started learning, okay, if you're playing a G major scale, turn off the... So G major starts with, and I've actually written all this down now. I'm starting to learn all this now. So there's a G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and back to G, the notes of the G major scale. So then you can find the chords from that scale by the certain pattern you have. There's a major, a minor, a minor, a major, a major, a minor diminished, and then major again. So then if you take that G, the number 1, the first note you play in the G major scale, the chord that you would use if you were playing a song in G major would be your G. So there's different chord progressions. You could use the 1, the 4, and the 5 is very common. So that would just be a G, a C, and a D. So... And so I started learning all this, and it started making more sense to me. And then I was able to take that and then put that together with my scales. So now that I know, okay, I'm playing a G major, or I'm playing a song that's in G major, that's the key it's in, then I could use that G major scale if I wanted to. I could use the G major pentatonic. I could use even the minor pentatonic that has kind of a bluesy feel to it. And I started putting all these little pieces together. I'm still not amazing at just improvising a solo over a chord progression, but I'm definitely getting a little bit better. I at least know what to play or what I could play and what could sound good with that particular chord progression. So what I've been really working on this last month is I'll use my looper pedal, I'll just put a little chord progression down, and then I start trying to solo using the appropriate scale. Now, obviously, you can play anything that sounds good, but just knowing what scale to play over a chord progression, at least for me, really helps me kind of start to figure out where I should start, even if maybe I don't necessarily stick to that scale exactly. I at least know that those notes will sound good. So I'm really bad at this right now. I'm not good at improvising solos, but just to give you a little bit of an example. Okay, so not amazing, but I'm at least learning that I can play these scales over these chord progressions. And that was a huge thing for me, is just figuring out what people are doing a lot of the times. And now I'm starting to recognize I can hear a song now, I can figure out what key it's in, and then when I'm listening to somebody playing solos or lead lines over that chord progression, I can start recognizing like, oh, that's the G minor pentatonic that they're playing. They're playing it down here on the neck. They're playing this pattern of the G minor pentatonic. And it's just been a huge eye-opening thing for me, and it's been really exciting. And so I'm hoping that as I just keep drilling this, putting down chord progressions on my looper and trying to play notes over it, I'll start developing some of this ability to kind of improvise solos or just come up with solos, starting to kind of write little licks and things like that. It's been really fun and really exciting. So, after 9 months, I've learned a few scales, I've gotten better at alternate picking, I've gotten better at playing some lead lines. I'd gotten better. I'd never really done it before at all, so I've developed a little bit of ability with that. A little bit better at playing riffs. I've started to understand a lot more about keys, chord progressions in those keys, scales that you can play over those chord progressions. I've improved just in general, just playing rhythm guitar, switching from different chords, switching from bar chords to open chords, learning a lot more about the fretboard, learning the notes on the fretboard. There's been a huge amount that I have taken in 9 months. So do I feel like I've really advanced as much as I would have liked in this 9-month period? No, but I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset with myself. I feel like I really have made a lot of progress. I think one thing I've learned, the whole premise of this series was to get out of the intermediate rut. I don't think I'm even in the intermediate rut yet. I think I'm still a beginner. I think that's one thing I have learned, and it's really kind of demoralizing to call yourself a beginner after I've been playing guitar for so long. But the more you learn, the more you know that you don't know, and the more you see that there is so much more that you still have to learn and so many mechanical things you have to get better at. So I don't know if I could even call myself an intermediate guitarist yet. I think I may be kind of the higher range of beginner still as far as my skill set goes. But I guess the big question is, am I going to keep going? And the answer to that is a resounding yes. I'm still going to play guitar every single day. This 9-month thing was just kind of arbitrary, just to give myself a nice goal, something to reach for. And I've been playing every single day. It's become my lifestyle now. I have to play guitar every day or it doesn't seem as though the day is complete. And that's going to keep happening. I'm going to keep playing guitar every single day and keep improving, and I'll keep checking in with you every once in a while to show you how I've been. And now you can answer for me in the comments below. I mentioned maybe giving myself a reward at the end of this 9 months. Do you think I deserve it? Let me know. And maybe in a month or two, we'll check in and I'll show you whether or not I've rewarded myself. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. Thanks for coming along with me with this 9-month guitar challenge journey. Until next time, I'll see you later.